Spotter Stand Live, starring Watkins, Hot Rod, Bubble J, Joba, Momo, Scar, Eddie, Albion, Gear, featuring SR5, Rugrat, Randy C, Dragudo, Vince Conway, Mike Coulon, Sean Frederick, musical guest BSR Mayhem, and your host, BSR Texan. Ladies and gentlemen, BSR Texan.
All right. Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Spotter Stand. Coming at you live this week, we've got in the booth with us BSR Hot Rod, BSR Palmian, and Mike Coulon joining us in the booth tonight. How you guys doing?
Good.
Doing good over here.
So we had another great week of racing this last week. We did race Watkins Glen 2 nights. We had a little bit of dirt on Wednesday night, Watkins Glen Thursday and Friday night in the Cup and Xfinity Series. Saturday night we raced the trucks, race number 3 of season 42 of the Team Series at Daytona. So let's get right into it. Wednesday night.
Canandaigua.
Yes, Wednesday night, Canandaigua, and I've got the wrong image up here, don't I? Looks like I need to go to another series here. Give me just a second. Wednesday, there we go, Dirt Series. So we are now 9 races of 14 into this Dirt Series, leaving us with a total of 5 races left to go. We did race Canandaigua for the second time this season, and looks like I got the pole at Canandaigua, but once again it was the Foot Doctor BSR Hot Rod bringing home the victory at another dirt track. Another victory for the Foot Doctor this season. Great job, man. Congratulations.
Yeah, thanks.
Let's go over, take a look at our before we get our race results. Who got bonus points in the heat race at Canandaigua?
I believe Gear won the heat. Am I right about Gear winning the heat? I can let you know.
I think it was Gear, and didn't you get a
I
bonus
got-
point as
I
well?
got second. Yeah, I
Yeah.
know I got second. I just couldn't remember who I was chasing.
Yeah, so
I had to work my tailbone off to get there. I had to pass Mike.
Yeah.
and I was teasing Mike because I still say he woed up and gave it to me so he could qualify.
I'd like to tell you I did that, but I didn't.
Yeah, 'cause as we know, the heat winners as well as last week's race winner not able to qualify for the current series, and it was Gear Jammer, Hot Rod, and Sean Fredericks who won last week's race, not able to qualify this week at Canandaigua. Let's go over and take a look at our race results from the Dirt Series Wednesday night.
Am I saying that right? Mr. Texan led 28 laps.
Yes, I led the first 28 laps of the race, I believe, and once the Foot Doctor passed me, there was no turning back. You led all the rest of them.
Yes. Great win for Hot Rod. Texan second, Pockets third, Sean finished fourth, and Mike rounds out the top 5.
Yeah, look at that line for Hot Rod down there just below it. Started next to last, finished first. Great job. Awesome job.
Actually, if you would talk to the person that started last, I let them go on the start. Actually, started about 4 car lengths behind everybody when the green flag fell. Just because I didn't want to get involved in that first corner ordeal because I knew it was going to be all jacked up and figured I'd let the field stretch out some.
We actually had a pretty decent race. Canandaigua, that's a pretty wide track, lots of room there. We did have some cautions, but uh, overall, we had quite a few green flag laps there, and we had a pretty good run. I thought that was a good race.
I do know we had some side by side racing and some outside passing.
So let's look at the standings. 9 races into this dirt series. Hot Rod with an 18-point lead over myself. Gear Jammer in third, down by 30. Eddie D in fourth, down by 42. And Rugrat in the top 5, down by 47. Rugrat only 5 points off of fourth place right now. She's doing a great job this season.
Yes, she's worried about the rookie, though. She says she's just trying to stay ahead of the rookie.
Well, right now she's got, 14 points over the rookie?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, 14 points with 5 races left to go. So if she continues with her trend the way she's been running, I think she should be able to do that.
Yep. Her goal right now is to get Eddie between her and the rookie, and then she said she'll be happy.
Let's go back over to the schedule right quick and see what our next dirt race in the dirt is going to be.
Next week.
Yeah, it looks like it's not going to be this coming up Wednesday, but the following Wednesday we'll be back at Weedsport, back in the dirt at Weedsport. This Wednesday, let's go over to our truck series schedule here right quick. This Wednesday we will be back in the trucks. Oh, what am I? Duh. I went to the truck season. We're in the chase.
Yes.
Wednesday truck chase. Gateway night. We'll be running this coming up Wednesday. Race number 4 of the chase for the truck series. So it looks like
hard to believe we're almost halfway through this truck chase already, huh?
Yeah, race number 4, and we'll be coming up race number 5 not until September. So we'll be skipping a week before we get onto the road course here in the truck series chase.
Yes.
So let's just give ourselves a quick reminder of what the points look like here in this truck series chase. I do currently have the lead by only 9 points over Mayhem, 19 points back to third place Mike Coulong, SS Joba in fourth down by 20, and Pockets rounding out the top 5 down by 26. Pockets has got some company right on his tail though. Eddie D in sixth place, only 1 point behind Pockets right now. There's currently a tie for seventh place between Momo and Sean Fredericks, only 3 points behind Pockets. So the fight for fifth place is pretty close right now. With Pockets only 6 points off of SS Joba in fourth, and then you got 3 other drivers all within 3 points of fifth place. So that's a pretty tight race right there around fifth.
Sure is.
And I know Mike, you've already been practicing for Gateway a little bit, haven't you? So
yeah, for about 2 weeks now, actually.
yeah. So I haven't turned a lap yet this season at Gateway. This chase race is the only time we race this track, and I have not turned a lap on Gateway since last season at the end of the series. So you got a little leg up on me right now. You have a good race there. You're liable to make up some points on the lead at Gateway.
Well, I'm kind of behind the 8 ball, and after starting the season late, I can't afford a bad race, you know.
That's right.
Yeah, you missed out on a few attendance points in the bonus points, and probably several opportunities to win a race had you been at some of those earlier races as well. So I think myself and Mayhem are fortunate to have the lead that we do right now, because I'm going to be doing everything I can just to stay ahead of you with a 19-point lead. I could only imagine if you were that much closer. You know, the stress would be on the entire chase.
Well, here's the question, Killer. Do you want to be the chasee or the chaser?
You know me, I'd much rather be the chasee. I'd much rather be the chasee just because.
More pressure on the guys doing the chasing, make a mistake and you're done.
And that's not necessarily true because he can't make a mistake. Because if he makes a mistake, you got him. You see what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
Yeah, but at least I've got this little bit of cushion to know that if I do make a mistake, have a bad race, I'm still in there. You know, I'm not. But we've
If I have a bad race, I'm, turn out the lights,
we've
I did that. I did that a long time ago. I have not had a good season from the freaking start in the truck series. I'm doing horrible in the truck series.
but we do still have 7 races to go, including this Wednesday's race at Gateway. So still a long way to go in this truck series chase. By no means is anything sewn up at this point. We've got a lot of racing left to do.
Right.
So let's go over and take a look at the Cup Series Thursday night. We are now just 2 races away from the end of the regular season in the Cup Series. We've got a total of 11 races behind us in segment 2. We just raced Watkins Glen on Thursday night. Howdy, Randy. See you chatting in out there. Good to see you, man. Glad you could join us. So Watkins Glen, that was a hell of a race Thursday night. Mostly green flag. What do we have? 1 caution in that race?
Yes. No.
Maybe 2?
It says 5.
5? I don't remember 5
Yeah.
cautions, really.
Yeah. I was surprised too. But it says 5 for 10 laps.
Well, that last one would have been probably at the finish.
Yeah, I don't know that the last one would count. I don't remember what it was.
Well, as you can see, it looks like I got the pole and took the win here at Watkins Glen, segment 2 of the Cup Series. Let's go take a look at our race results from the Glen on Thursday night.
Texan with the win. Mike second. Pockets third. Jova fourth. And Sean finishes top 5.
Yeah, this was the race where I DQ'd myself, I believe, at the very end. When I look at that line just below it, it shows I started in the front and finished dead last because.
Yeah, you DQ'd yourself.
Yes. I didn't wait for the whole field to finish. They were still coming around racing back. I went down to turn 1 and just turned around and started doing a burnout coming back up the wrong way up the track. And when I heard my spotter say, "What a knothead," I realized, I guess I should have waited for everybody to cross the finish line before I did that. But yeah, it DQ'd me, and Larry had to go back and fix the standings to put me back up there in first place. But yeah, I learned a little something there. So let's go over to our points for Thursday night's Cup Series. Looks like I am pretty good sized lead there. 45 points over BSR Mayhem in second place. Pockets in third, down by 53. Hot Rod in fourth, down by 62. And Eddie D rounding out the top 5, down by 76 points. Just 2 races left to go in this series before we head off into the chase for the Cup Series. Let's run back over here to the schedule and see what we've got coming up this week in the Cup Series. It is Dover. Dover coming up Thursday night and Friday night, I believe. It's going to be Dover both nights. And not one of my strongest tracks here. Dover is always been sort of my Achilles heel or crutch here in the Cup Series. Dover and Darlington probably my 2 worst tracks, and I believe Darlington is where we have to start the chase, right?
Yes.
So we can go through the end of the season at one of my worst tracks, and we're going to start the chase at another one of my worst tracks. So yeah, at least we can get that one out of the way. And the next 9, I'm not so bad at the next 9. Get that first one in there and done with. I'll be
Yeah.
glad to leave Darlington.
We start at Darlington, then we go to Richmond, then we go to Vegas. Or Bristol, I'm sorry. And then Vegas.
Yeah, there are a couple of short tracks in the chase, and one we're going to definitely have to watch out for on those short tracks is Mayhem. Mayhem is a great short track racer. He's pretty good at all of these tracks, but he's really good at the short tracks as well. So we got Dover coming up, Daytona to finish off the series, and then we'll be heading off into the chase for the Truck Series. Let's move over to Friday night. We are in segment 2 of the Xfinity Series, and we are now 11 out of 12 races in. We raced Watkins Glen on Friday night in the Xfinity Series, and it looks like I got the pole, but BSR Mayhem took the win on Friday night. That was a hell of a race for me Friday night. I had some technical difficulties. My desk fell apart. My wheel ended up halfway in my lap, and I went 2 laps down, almost 2 laps down, trying to get that fixed and taken care of. But, things happen, I guess. And Mayhem was fast Friday night. Mike Coulon was also fast. These CTS physics run a little bit differently than the Cup, especially at the road courses. And Mayhem almost had me 2 laps down. By the time I got everything fixed and come back on the track, he was about a half a second behind me, and I wasn't able to pull away from him. He actually got up beside me, almost passed me once or twice, but back off of it and allowed me to stay on the tail end of 1 lap down. And that's where I finished, 1 lap down. Let's go take a look at our race results from Friday night's race at Watkins Glen.
Best man with the win. Mike second. Joe with third. Pockets fourth. And Gear rounds out top 5.
And look at that, Mayhem with 29 laps led. Mike Coulon, you did lead 2 laps. You managed to get ahead of Mayhem there for a bit, or was that during the pit cycle?
He pitted that 1 lap earlier than me, and that's what caused him to be a little short on fuel and have to start saving. So that's where I got my lap right there. Couple laps right there.
Now that's where I finally, I think, got to ease up a little bit and not have to be so stressed with him right behind me, worried about going 2 laps down. He was trying to save fuel, but he didn't manage to save enough, and you guys ended up having a pretty good race the last couple of laps, I believe. Did you not?
That was some great racing. He had to save fuel, so I was able to run him down, and he was running just hard enough to keep me behind him. But we were nose to tail probably the last 4 or 5 laps, and had some good racing. But he had a really strong car that night. So.
And that race did finish under green. Only two cautions.
Yep, 2 cautions.
And it looks like Mike only half a second back. SS Joba only 2.5 seconds back. Pockets only 3.8 seconds back. So it's like
We had that caution right there at the end. I think we finished under yellow.
Did we finish under yellow on the last lap?
Last lap or second from last lap.
I think you raced back, did you not?
We did. Yes, we did race back. But what you're seeing there in the standings was what we did under yellow. So.
Gotcha. So let's go take a look at the standings here of Friday night Xfinity Series. Just 1 race left to go in this series before we head into the chase. And it looks like I've got a 37-point lead over Hot Rod. Hot Rod in 2nd place, doing a great job on Friday night, man. Only 37 points back. You've got 25-point lead, it looks like, over Pockets. Pockets in 3rd place, down by 62. Eddie D in 4th, down by 88, and Mayhem rounding out the top 5, down by 125. Palmian, you're only 7 points off of 5th place right now. You could somehow make up those 7 points in this week's
One race.
race
One race.
at Dover. That's a bonus point heading into the chase. Top 5 in the segment.
Yeah, it's Dover though. I don't hold too high hopes.
You never know. You never know. Just pretend it's Michigan, or, well, it's hard to pretend Dover is Michigan, but what's the other track you ran really well at the other day? It wasn't quite as big as Michigan. Charlotte?
Yeah, I run fast at Charlotte, Michigan, Kentucky.
Now, Dover's got a lot more banking than Kentucky, a little bit more banking than Charlotte, but it's a little bit smaller track too. Dover, the Monster Mile, only 1 mile long, that track. But you never know. CTS physics, you could have a good race. Mayhem could have a bad race.
I was going to say, here's the key for him. He needs to hope that Mayhem doesn't show up or has a really bad race.
Yeah, it's possible. Mayhem has missed several Friday night races. This Friday night just might be one that he misses.
Yeah, and looking at last time we were there, I finished only 1 lap down. Granted, it was 7th, but 1 lap down, so I might do okay.
Yeah.
Right?
So let's take a look back here at our schedule one more time before we head off to Saturday night. The last race coming up this Friday, Dover. We will finish up segment number 2 of the Xfinity Series. So we'll be heading into the chase after Dover.
Next week.
Is it the very next week?
At Daytona.
Yeah, so Daytona will finish the second segment for the Cup Series and start the chase for the Xfinity Series. Let's go over right quick and take a look at the Xfinity Series chase schedule just to get a quick look at this.
Darlington, Richmond, Bristol, Las Vegas.
Yeah, those are the first 5 races, and then we move to Charlotte.
Then the Roval,
No.
then Kansas, then Texas, then Martinsville, then finishing at Phoenix.
Finish it up at Phoenix. There should be a week off during this chase. Let's see, where is that week off? So is that between Vegas and the Roval? That's what it looks like?
Yes, I believe that's where it's going to be. Let me check my calendar real quick here.
Yeah, from counting the dates, it looks like Vegas on the 25th. The next race, not till the Roval, on the 9th of October. So that looks like about 2 weeks. So we'll run the first 5, have a 1 week break, and then we will run the last 5.
Yeah, October 2nd is the week off.
So we've got a road course in every chase. The Roval is in the Cup chase and in the Xfinity chase, and we've got Canadian Tire in the truck chase. So there's a road course in each one of these chases. I probably shouldn't say anything, but I'm gonna knock on some wood right quick. The last few road courses we have run, I'm just gonna jinx myself right here.
4th gear.
For the first time since I can remember, I finished Road America with all 4 gears intact. I did not blow a gear at Road America. Then we came over to Watkins Glen. I did not blow a gear Thursday night or Friday night. So yeah, we come up on these road courses in the chase. I'm bound to blow at least 1 gear, maybe more.
Say goodbye to some transmissions.
We got the truck one coming up here real soon.
Yeah. And I've already actually run that once this season. I just ran that in iRacing and barely managed to recover from a very bad first couple of laps. Went okay after that, but I finished that race with all my gears too. So maybe I'll get lucky this season and finish out the rest of the season on road courses without losing any gears. Or maybe I'll pull a Palmian and I'll lose first, second, and third gear.
Yeah, that was brutal.
Yeah, that was tough.
So let's go over to Saturday night, season 42 of the team series. Now 3 races into season 42. Looks like I did get the pole, and no thanks to me, Momo won the race. I'm not proud of that performance that I had this last night. That was not one of my better races. I caused 2 cautions in that. One of them toward the very end of the race. Did it go green again, or did it finish under caution?
No, it finished under
under
caution.
caution.
Yeah. Yeah, I left that race early out of frustration. I just flat ran over Momo. I apologize for that, Momo, if you're out there listening. I'm sorry for the rest of you guys who got involved in that and got some damage out of it. But Momo was leading at the time, and I got to say I'm glad I didn't totally wreck him off the lead and cause him the win right there, because I did just flat run over. I ran right in the back of him in the middle of the corner and caused a big incident right there at the end. So congrats on the victory, Momo. That's another win for the Yingling team. I would imagine Yingling moves into the lead with that victory.
Yes, we did.
See you out there, Momo.
We ended up finishing 1, 2, 3.
Did you really? Oh.
Yes.
So let's go take a look at these race results. Momo not only wins the race for Yingling, but led the most laps as well. And 48 points he brought home for that Yingling team. It looks like the top finishers for the Mafia and Aftershock, neither of those cars managed to lead a lap during the race. So the 38 BSR Pockets pulls off a 4th place finish for the Mafia. Did not lead a lap. 40 points for the Mafia, and the 19 of Wolf Runner.
No,
Timberwolf Wolf Runner. What am I thinking? Wolf Runner. Timberwolf 19. That's my teammate. I should know his name.
Yes.
So Timberwolf brings home a 5th place finish for the Aftershock team. Also didn't lead a lap, but brought home 39 points for the Aftershock team. So I know we were down going into this race. I think we were 8 or so points off the lead, 8 or 9. We lost 1 more point to the Mafia, but it looks like we lost 9 points to the Yingling team. We were a few points, but I think we were 7 or so points behind Yingling already. So, man, Aftershock, we really got to do something. Let's go take a look at the standings here. Yingling 6 points ahead of the Black Car Mafia now, and 15 points ahead of Aftershock. Man, we're already 15 points down, just 3 races in to season 42. I'm glad we got 7 races left to go. That's 7 chances to make something happen and close these points up a little bit. I see Gear Jammer out there in the chat. Calm down, the worst driver has arrived. I'm guessing Gear Jammer got involved in that incident too.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, had some damage, but
Everybody from you back got destroyed pretty much.
No, not entirely true. I snuck it.
Well, except for you.
Yeah,
I don't
literally
think Rugrat-
everyone in the field but me.
And Rugrat, I don't think Rugrat got any damage out of that either. I think she snuck through also.
so I'm sure Momo got some damage, but somehow managed to get going faster than everybody else did and get across the line.
When we were wrecking, somehow me and SS seen it happening. We both moved up the track all the way to the wall and tried to squeak by. When we didn't make it, we hooked. You know how you get that warp hook? Me, Momo, and SS warp hook. When I came in and I hit, because I was the last car in there, I hit Momo and freed him and shoved him all the way down the track. He ended up landing on his wheels.
There were so few cars on the lead lap, in all honesty. That's why it ended up the way it did.
But his truck was horrible looking. It was, if we went green, he definitely wouldn't have stayed in the lead. A rookie would have ended up winning with from second place. He would end up winning that had we went back green. Just no way. Momo's truck was just damaged so bad.
Let's go back over, taking one more peek at the schedule here. Only the first half of the schedule up so far, but we know how this goes. It's going to be back and forth, Daytona, Talladega, Daytona, Talladega, and every other Daytona will be either day or night. We'll have a few more Cup races after race number 5, and then back to a couple of more truck races as well. But this coming up week will be trucks one more time at Talladega. So we'll be racing Talladega Saturday night. Friday night and Thursday night will be Dover. And Wednesday night, Gateway in the trucks. Truck Chase, race number 4. So let's go over and take a look at how our bonus points stand here in the Xfinity and the Cup Series. So Friday night's Xfinity Series, it was BSR Mayhem who took the win, moving him up to a 6 total races or victories over there in the winner race box, and also moving him up to tie SS Joba, currently at 3rd place in the bonus points overall. So it looks like I'm sitting in the lead with 29. Pocket's still the closest to me in 2nd place with 21, only 8 points back. Just one race left to go in this Friday night series. SS Joba and Mayhem both currently tied in the bonus points with 18. So they're both sitting 11 points back with just one race left to go. So we've got one more race win bonus point to hand out, and then we've got segment bonus points, and that'll be it. We'll be heading off into the chase for the 2020 season in the Xfinity Series. And let's take a look at our Cup Series here. So in the Cup Series, Thursday night I did take the win at Watkins Glen, moved me up to 6 to tie Mayhem there with 6 in this series. And I believe actually both of us have got 7. Mayhem took a victory in the Spring Texas race at top center box there, and I took a victory in the Michigan race, the left lower box. So Mayhem and I both with 7 wins this season in the Cup Series. And look at Mike Coulong right there with 4 wins in the Cup Series, and really just making it in toward the end of segment 1, already with 4 wins behind him. Mike, you're doing a great job in this Cup Series. Really, every series that you've been running in. We're glad that you and Sean came over, started racing with us. Both of you guys are not only great drivers, but great people. We're glad to have you on board and racing with us, and definitely stepped up the competition level here. It makes the racing a lot more fun.
Definitely, it's been fun. You guys are a good group to race with, so we're pretty happy here.
So if you look at these points, it looks like over there in the total box, I stretched it out by 1 more point. Currently 4 points ahead of Mayhem. I've got 30, Mayhem at 26. SS Joba sitting right there in 3rd with 21, 9 points off the lead. Pocket's not too far back either. Pocket's at 20 total bonus points, 10 points off the lead heading into the chase. And then there's several drivers that are right there in the high teens. I see Momo with 17, Hot Rod with 17, Palmian down there with 16 bonus points. Palmian doing a pretty good job in the bonus point wise here in this Cup Series.
Yeah, unfortunately, don't expect any extra bonus points coming to the end, but we'll see how I do in the chase.
Well, if you could manage a top 5 in the chase, I'd say that'd be an accomplishment, being your first full season here with us, and not just your first full season with us, but first full season racing this sim. Compared to the experience level of the guys that you're racing against, most of these guys have been sim racing for 15 or more years. Just those of us who have been doing it at least since this game came out, 18 years now, or 17 years. I started with the 2002 version of this game, which would, put me at about 18 years into sim racing. And you're doing pretty well stacked up against the group of guys you are. So don't sell yourself short.
Well, I double checked the schedule. There's one race I have a shot at, but it's going to be a tough one.
Oh, are you looking at Texas or what?
No, Daytona to finish out the Cup season.
Oh, on the regular schedule. I got you.
Yeah, to get me that extra bonus point to tie you. That's what I'm gunning for, man.
Good luck with that.
I know.
Yeah, it's Pomian has won a few super speedway races, and it is different though.
When it's not a team.
When it's not a team, yeah, it's that much harder to get somebody willing to work with you because everybody wants to win that race. And even if they are working with you up close to the end, whether they're going to stay behind you on the last lap, that's another thing. So you get in front of me at Daytona. Last couple of laps, I'll push you.
Nah, you better race me for it.
I'll push you all the way to the win.
Nah, you better race me for it.
I'm just gonna throw this out there, rookie, just so you know, because Kill will attest to it. When it comes to them one-off races and them high-paying points jobs, I usually come pretty good. So.
Oh yeah, that's what I said. It's gonna be fun.
That's not what she said.
I have that commander board sign.
Yes, I forgot all about that. You sure
won
do.
the hangover race a couple times. You know what I mean? So yep.
Well, who knows? If I'm in a position to be having a shot at it, we all know the 3 lanes, no waiting. I'll take it 5. Let's go.
Well, as long as we're throwing out the one-offs, there is one trophy that I have that I'm pretty proud of. You guys remember the RLM Daytona 400?
Yep.
I believe there were.
I was part of that.
I believe there were over 200 people who signed up for that race. Might have been over 300. I know it was over 200 people signed up for that RLM Daytona 400. I think it was back in 2011, 2012, somewhere in that range.
Yeah, something like that. I was an admin through that.
You had to.
Shannon and Terry.
Yeah, there were so many people that you had to qualify your way in. I believe they ran qualify races and they took the top so many finishers from each race.
Top 2, and then 2 went in with speed. I forget. They kind of ran it like a regular Daytona 500 deal.
Where you actually qualified and you went in by qualify speed. And then those guys who didn't make it by qualify speed had a second chance in two separate races that they ran, and they took so many drivers out of each race.
Yep.
But yeah, out of the 200 and some odd people that signed up for that race, I was able to make it in. Pockets made it in. I think there was 1 or 2 other BSR drivers that had made it in there, but
I wasn't a BSR driver, but I was in that race.
And that was a 400 miles. That was a long race. I managed to win that race. I've got the trophy, even though they spelled my name wrong. They spelled my name CELF. They mixed the L and the E around there. Spelled it Kelf. But yeah, I mean that's a long shot victory right there. That's one that
that's a real one-off.
Yeah, that's a long shot victory to get in a race that many people are trying to get into, and to somehow manage to win. Part of the reason I won is because BSR Pockets was in that race. Pockets finished second right behind me, so he helped push me to that win. So I mean that was pretty good for BSR in a race like that. Such a long shot to not only get in, but to be able to be up there in the front at the end of a 400-mile race with so many drivers. We finished 1-2, So that was an accomplishment. Pockets, I'm sure, still has his trophy as well, and I'm sure that's one he's proud of as well.
Yeah, I actually won one of the heat races to get in that race.
I believe I qualified in on time. I believe I was able to get a fast enough time to qualify in that way.
Yes, I couldn't make qualifying, so I couldn't go in qualifying time. So I had to race my way in. I raced my way into that race. It was tough. I didn't have any help from anybody.
Yeah, I mean that's not an easy thing to do because those were fairly long races as well, and you had close to 30 drivers, somewhere around 30 something drivers in each of those races. So
Yep.
racing your way in, not an easy thing to do.
I actually pitted my way into that one, what should we say? I did it all with a pit stop. I came out in front of everybody and they couldn't get by me when they caught up to me. That's how I managed to win.
Well, we've got another great week of racing coming up this week. We will be running all of the regular series trucks, Cup, and Xfinity Wednesday, Thursday, Friday night. Wednesday night, Gateway in the trucks. Thursday night, Dover in the Cup Series, and Friday night, Dover in the Xfinity Series. And then Saturday night, we'll be at race number 4 of season 42 of the Team Series, Talladega in the trucks. So it's going to be another great week, and we're looking forward to seeing you guys on the track Wednesday night at Gateway. And with that, we're going to call it a night. We'll see you guys Wednesday. Have a good one.
Later.
See
Later.
everyone.